Hello, my kitties. Well, my visit with Child Services was supposed to be today at 3:30, but it got rescheduled for tomorrow no, it was today at 4:30. But it's rescheduled for tomorrow at 3:30. Which I'm glad for because my house my apartment is beyond disgusting, which you'll see here some pictures in a minute. And the only reason I'm posting this is because, for one, by the time they get here, it'll all be cleaned up. And two, it's important that people who suffer trauma, even those of us that have turned our lives around and overcome our trauma and, um, you know, have had an attempt at making better lives for ourselves and continue to try to do that every day. Um, even even the best of those have setbacks. Um, I've had several. Um, things have been really, really hard these last few years. And it seems every time something good happens or we start going in the right direction, we hit roadblocks. And a lot of that is from stigma and judgment and ignorance, which is why I do this. And, a lot of it is I never got help that I needed. I'm trying to get settled and save up in order to do that, which is another thing that I have spoken about on a couple of panels I've spoken on. It's disgusting that we suffer all this horrendous trauma and then we are forced to pay to have someone help us overcome that trauma at $240 an hour. Anywhere from there's free counseling, but for people who have suffered um, serious trauma, especially sexual trauma, you need specialized therapy for that. And in order to get that, it's 140 to $250 an hour to receive that. And I was about to start that finally for the first time in my life when I got fired from Calian Health, where I worked at the OPP Police Department. Um, I didn't work for the police department. I worked at the police department as a crisis support worker. Um, to be completely honest, I would never work for the police department. Anyone, any police department. Anyways, that's another story. But it just seems like, and was fired. I was one of, I think, three other people that was fired for no cause, no given reason, nothing, and then asked to sign an agreement that I would pretty much keep my mouth shut. Um, um, blah blah blah. But and then I would get like an extra $1,000 or something, which I declined. Um, no matter how bad off I am, there is no amount of money out there that will ever get me to shut my mouth about anything. I was suppressed my whole entire life and was a people pleaser and did everything I could to try to make others happy. And all it did was cost me my whole life. And I promised myself that that nobody, but especially no man, but nobody would ever keep me from using this ever again. Our voice is our greatest asset. It is our most powerful weapon. And it's the one thing that you cannot let anyone ever take from you. Um, anyways, I just want you to know that when you see how bad this is, it doesn't make me a bad person. I'm a single mother who suffers really bad trauma. Even though it was 10 years ago, 11 years ago, for people like me, it's something that we still live with every day. I have PTSD, social phobia disorder, and generalized anxiety disorder. And especially with my PTSD, um, I live with it every single day. I still have my flashbacks and my dreams and my nightmares um, and especially when we have people like my ex-employer who sabotage all the hard work that we've done and try to stop us from doing good, and especially when it's for no reason. Um, that takes a toll on you, and especially when it keeps happening over and over again. Like I should be a lot farther than I am, and my mental health has a lot to do with that. Um, my dog is trying to chase the new kitty. Nisa, no. He tries to play with him, but he's too little. Um, anyways, so and it's not from being lazy. It's my thing. Like everybody has a different way of dealing with trauma. For me, I get so like, and I have chronic pain that I deal with every day, which is the main reason I started my addiction. It was from the trauma, but I hurt my back and I was given a bunch of pain pills, and then of course it numbs all your pain. So, and that's how it usually starts. So I deal with a lot of pain every day, especially in the mornings. And that, and then when my depression kicks in, I am not just tired. I get so unbelievably physically exhausted that I will fall asleep standing up. It has a really powerful effect on me, and I can't function. I can't do anything. So I had to find ways to deal with that and to cope. Just a minute. You can't play with him. He's too little. Um, So I want you to take that into consideration when you see these pictures, okay? That we've been through this. My son does not deserve this. No child deserves this. But we have no support other than each other, and I do the best I can with what I have. Um, and I think for somebody who's never had any support, no family that is there for us, there for me, um, and I've never gotten the help I needed. I think I've done pretty Nisa. I think I've done pretty darn well. Um, I mean, I've got several diplomas, um, and I've got a great education. I have I wrote a book that I'm hoping to get published. And I've been saying that for a while, but that's partly my fear. Um, anyways, I just want you to take that into consideration and realize that there's a lot of people out there like me. And if they happen to be watching this, you know, whatever people say, if any inappropriate comments come in, I will see them before anybody else does. And I will erase it. I will not tolerate any disrespect on my channel towards me or anybody else for that matter, especially anybody else who is going through trauma, who's watching this and can understand because they're going through it too. And I want people to look and say, "Oh my God, I'm not alone. That's happened to me too, and my house is disgusting. I'm so embarrassed and so ashamed." And you know, that's part of our trauma. That's part of healing. And you know what? My little boy is happy. He's fed. He's clothed. He's, I give him as much as I possibly can. Um, He's got a roof over his head. He's got toys to play with. He's got everything he needs. So, you know what? I would rather him live in a dirty house than him to live in a clean house and be screwed up. He's special needs. He has his issues. I have my issues, but we have been there for each other. We are a team. We're best friends. I'm of course mama bear when I need to be, when I need to do discipline, but um, you know what? You do the best you can with what you know. Um, Anyways, I'm going to go start cleaning. I'm going to continue with the video in a little bit and then I'll show you some pictures. Okay. So hang tight, guys. Thanks so much.